where did your passion for filmmaking kind of come from? Was it certain performance inspired it, or something that came natural for you?
Well, for me, it started early. I was in all the school plays as a kid. I grew up here in Southern California,
Hmm.
and I actually went to school with Fergie, who back then was known as Stacey Ferguson. It was,
Really?
I
Wow.
was, yeah, I was in a play, and she was in it as well. And her agent approached my mom and said, "That kid should be in movies. That kid should be in commercials." And so from there, my mom's like, "All right." So she started taking me to auditions and acting classes and stuff like that. And I caught the bug early. But for me, it was a matter. My parents had to be on set when I was, if I got cast, and I had three brothers, and I felt selfish, like taking my parents away from the rest of my family for my career. So I kind of gave it up. I just said, you know what, it's fine. I'm not gonna do it. But I always had the passion to be in film and movies and to create film and movies. My brothers and I used to run around the house making videos with our old VCR, movie camera on our shoulder, and we made a bunch of funny, music videos and short films and stuff like that. So it's always been a passion of mine. And once I graduated from college, I decided to give it a shot. And I thought it was, I gave myself like, what I say, I said, I'm going to give myself 2 years. And if nothing happens, I'm going to quit. And, it's now 20 plus years later and I haven't quit. So
Very inspiring. Very cool.
For me, I guess growing up, like I always wanted to perform too, but I didn't have very many opportunities to do so. But I did. I would, I watched programs and movies, and I aspired. And again, like Patrick, it kind of started through acting. But the writing, I always wanted to be a writer. I wanted to be like a novelist, an author. But then when I started acting, I also started writing plays. And then in about 2006, I made 2003. Yeah, I made a conscious effort to move from plays, theater into television and film. And so I just started auditioning. I tried to get an agent, I went through that whole route, but I started noticing the kind of roles that were available for, say, a Latina. It was like the maid or the whore or, whatnot. And nothing that you could bring home to your mommy and dad. So
Yeah.
a lot of hookers with the heart of gold.
yeah. But so I just started writing more and doing short films, and then from there just making connections. A lot. I had a background at UCLA in literature, but I had to learn a new format. So I learned the new format, and so from there, I just kept it up, and so here we are. I met Patrick along the way, and we've continued it.
Well, you guys both made a movie together called In Other Words as a producer, director, and writer. It's about a romantic comedy, tech geek, you call it, which I can relate to, who has trouble talking to girls, And he finally uses this app and meets a beautiful girl, but she speaks Spanish and he doesn't. So they end up going on this trip down to Mexico. It's a very unique story. What was the kind of inspiration, I guess, Cristina, first for writing this?
So the inspiration was actually our friend Ruben Islas, who is our business partner now.
Mm-hmm.
And we met, here in LA, and then he just called Patrick one time and he was like, "Hey, I want to make a movie. And I want to make a romantic comedy." It was very specific, and it was a story that he had heard from his friends about his friend going over to France. He sold his company and he went over to France to find love, and he meets this girl who only spoke French and Greek, and he only spoke English.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so back then he's trying to court her, but he has to court her with this humongous translation dictionary. And so I went and I interviewed them, and then our business partner said, "Well, I want this story to take place in Valle de Guadalupe." And that is a wine country in Baja.
Mm-hmm.
And we had never been there. So Ruben invited us to go there, and the story just started to unfold. the characters started to come alive. Like Karina, who's a sous chef, was inspired by the chef at Lomita down there. And I was blown away because we've both been to Baja, but I never knew about Valle de Guadalupe, which is, it's been there even before Napa.
Oh, wow.
Right?
It has a beautiful backdrop for the movie, too. You know?
Completely.
Yeah.
I mean.
However,
yeah.
we didn't actually shoot there.
Oh, really? Oh, the power of the
Once we started getting into production, we realized it was going to be too expensive to take the whole cast and crew south of the border. And so the production almost fizzled until I found a winery in Malibu, California that let us shoot there for a very reasonable price. And that's what saved our movie. So the whole thing, that we pretend that, you know, we have shots of them crossing the border, but that's just that's just the car crossing the border. You know what I mean? And we shot it all in Malibu. So that's where the film was actually shot.
Oh, very cool. Well, it's cool to support local, though. Nice, yeah.
Yeah, everyone got to go home at night in their own beds, and so it worked out.
Yeah.
Very cool. What was it like working with Chris Kattan, from SNL? I mean, he's so good.
Well, he was awesome, and it was so much fun to work with him, especially his improvisational skills. We kind of wrote the script with room for improv. We knew that there was going to be, we wanted one of the SNL alumni to fill the role of Maximilian, who is the kind of the Steve Jobs character that they're pitching their app to. So the boys are pitching their app to Chris Kattan, who plays Maximilian. Mm-hmm. And so he just added so much fun and funny stuff. And, we came up with things right on set for them to do that he just embraced wacky ideas that we had. We had one scene where he plays a germophobic guy, who's kind of like Howard Hughes, he's really rich and real germophobic. And so the app matched him because he's germophobic, so it matched him with a cleaning lady. So in the movie, we were like, oh man, we want him to make out with this cleaning lady, but how do we do it if he's germophobic? So we came up with the idea of saran wrap.
That's so funny.
And I was like, are you down? Are you willing to do this? He's like, yeah. And they went all out. Tongues went wild through the saran wrap.
Oh, it's kind of funny now with COVID-19, though. I feel like that's how people probably make out with strangers.
We're hoping to start a trend.
Yeah.
We call it the saran wrap kiss.
Well, how'd you find the rest of the cast in this movie?
So Edy Ganem, who plays Karina, actually we worked with her on our first movie, Lola's Love Shack. And so we kept in touch with Edy as, followed her career. And when we were writing the movie, when I was writing the movie, we definitely kept her in mind. Like, she just is so natural and down to earth. And
we got Renee Victor from Coco to be the woman that owns the winery. She's been in tons of stuff, including Vita on Stars. And then we had Latino legendary actor Enrique Castillo, who was in Blood In, Blood Out, and American Me, and all these gangster films. For the first time, he's playing like a kindly, nice, old guy. He's
probably finally.
He's also in Weeds as an assassin. Yeah. So this is the first role where he's not like murdering somebody.
The gentle vintner.
But then we got Joe Nunez, who's been in tons of stuff. He's been in Tony Scott movie. He was in Domino. He's been in tons of comedic plays, comedic stuff. He was regular on Conan O'Brien show, and he's been a friend of ours for many years. So he was also in our first film, and so we cast him as one of the buddies his lawyer, True Andrews' lawyer. Then the lead, True Andrews, was the toughest one. We didn't have a big budget to get a big name actor, but we needed someone with the chops. And so we really combed, we did a lot of auditioning. And Bryan McClure.
He was a recommendation from my manager, Sandra Avila.
Yeah.
She had worked with him before and she really loved him. And
he read for us and we're like, wow.
Yeah, but without his personal charm, and this movie would have fell apart. So it's great that you
totally. Yeah. Because he also was like you, I don't know, you said you could identify. He says, I actually do have trouble talking to girls. So.
Yeah.
So he kind of set off his own experience, I guess.
All right. Well, this movie was coming out digitally September 8th, right?
Yeah, on all digital platforms, also cable, in demand, on demand.
Yeah, it'll be in when you go into now showing. When you want to look at what's going on, what movie you're going to order that night, it'll be on demand starting September 8th.
Very cool. And it's also coming to HBO Latino, I think February 2021. Is that correct?
Yes,
yeah,
February.
We're very proud that HBO expressed the interest and picked it up, and excited that it'll be on HBO Latino in February.
Oh, that's amazing. Well, it's a big journey being an independent filmmaker. So congratulations, both of you, putting this together. The movie's amazing, and we can't wait to talk about any future stuff coming up we're allowed to know about.
Well, we have a few projects in the works. One of them is called Like, Share, Kill, which now this is a thriller, and it's about the international proliferation of fake news and how that creates hatred and anger, and it leads to murder.
Oh, absolutely.
Extremely excited because this story kind of ties the world together, through the way fake news travels. So we're following 3 different stories that intertwine tragically.
Oh, well, it's a story that has to be told right now with everything going on.
Yeah, we can't wait. Yeah. We're very excited, and we got our executive producer, Guadalupe Capital, has greenlit this one, and we got a 3-picture deal. So we have, in other words, it's coming out now. Like, Share, Kill, that's in the works, and one more film to be announced that we're going to be making with Guadalupe Capital. Very
cool. Where could people stay up to date with your journey going forward? Is there a website or social media wise we can stay in touch? Yeah, it's
LUX3Pictures.org. They can go on the website and they can contact us there.
I'm at Pat Perez World on Instagram.
And I am Cristina Nava. And there's also, in other words, on Instagram and on Facebook. But yeah, LUX3Pictures.org. They can follow us, or reach out. Follow us.
Yeah. All right. Thank you guys so much for taking your time to talk to me, and we'll talk down the road for future projects. All right.
Sounds
good.
Definitely.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Please support this video by giving it a thumbs up, leave a comment below, and hit that subscribe button while you're down there. Thank you so much.